So you heard right there Donald Trump calling for an embargo on all new regulations. A new report from President Obama introduced over 22,000 regulations since he took office. So joining us now, small business owners Wayne, Allyn, Root, Bryan, Rotella, and Zane Tankel. Thank you all three for joining us. I'm going to start with Zane because you're a small business owner, yet you employ 3,000 people in the metropolitan area in New York State.
We do.
When we talk about it, it's enough for people like me and commentators that regulation. You live with it. Can you give me an example of changes that have taken place in the last 8 years that have either prevented you from employing people or giving raises or hurting your business?
Sure. I can tell you that there's a cottage they have actually, these regs have employed a lot of people as I think about it. There's a cottage industry of lawyers that just troll for violations of any of these regs, and most of them are really form over substance. For example, Adam, the minimum wage for a server is $5. If you don't show 8 minus 3 equals 5 on the paycheck, you can be cited and fined by the government because $8 is minimum, or $7.50 is minimum wage right now. Minus 3 because the minimum wage for a server. If you don't show that on their paycheck, it's all about form over substance.
So if you make a mistake on their paycheck, you're the one who gets.
Oh yeah, you get fined, and they come in and they investigate.
So let me go to Bryan. I mean, when you hear what Donald Trump was talking about, and then this new report which shows $22 billion in new regulatory costs pushed on small businesses last year. It totals, I believe, according to the report, $100 billion during the Obama presidency. Is Mr. Trump's proposal, one, realistic, and two, would it help people like Zane here?
First of all, hi, Adam, but absolutely it's going to help, Zane. And I'm going to say I am one of the lawyers on the panel here, and I don't take any offense to being called a cottage industry because I actually defend against lawyers that are doing exactly what he said. Mr. Trump's proposal, if it was an iTunes library of playlists, was a winning playlist not only for small businesses but the bigger businesses I represent. And what that was is tax relief, health insurance relief or Obamacare relief, and third, deregulation.
So Mr. Trump also called for overturning all of President Obama's executive orders today. Listen to this before I go to Mr. Root.
I will also immediately cancel all illegal and overreaching executive orders.
The Fox Business team actually counted up what we believe to be well over 248 imposed under the Obama administration. Now, he made these while he's in office. Mr. Root, do you think, Wayne, that they can actually be all rescinded, or are there some that should stay in place?
No, I think they'll all be rescinded on day one. If Trump is president, I don't think a normal, traditional establishment Republican would do that. I think Donald has the cojones to do it, and that's why he's so hated by the establishment, by the liberals, by the Democrats, by the establishment GOP. Even they don't like him. Even some GOP congressmen are endorsing Hillary or saying they won't vote, and they're a disgrace to their party. Donald Trump's the one guy who I picked a year ago. I predicted he'd win the presidency, and I'm very proud of myself because I thought, you know what, he's a businessman. He'll kill taxes, he'll kill regulations, he'll kill Obamacare, he'll kill climate change, he'll kill the ability to sue people so easily. I call it the axis of evil. This is what's destroying businesses across America, and this is why there's no good middle-class jobs anymore. There's only part-time jobs. This is why the GDP was 1.2% in the last quarter. This is why the debt is just about approaching
almost $20 trillion.
Yeah,
let me stop you right there.
We've ruined the economy with taxes, regulations.
Let me stop you there because I want to bring Zane
change
back into this before I get to the question I have about the Supreme Court. Zane, of everything you heard today from Mr. Trump, you employ 3,000 people. I can think of two, nothing finer than one, helping people earn their own money, and two, making that possible for people to earn a living. What did you hear from Mr. Trump today that would help you not only do that for your 3,000 employees, but perhaps even more people?
Well, I think, look, Donald Trump is not the panacea, sorry, for all of it, because a lot of claims I'm not sure are possible to happen, very frankly. But certainly tax regulations are critical because we're not competitive with anybody else as a country. What bothers me is the isolationist theory because ideally exports help employment. I, too, went to the Wharton School. Donald's the smartest guy to go to Wharton School, you're sitting with the dumbest guy to ever graduate the Wharton.
You're not the dumbest guy to ever graduate.
But I don't think that stuff works. But the best thing was tax regulations and of course, the legal part of it.
I'm afraid we've run out of time. Wayne Allen Root, thank you. Bryan Rotella, thank you. And Zane Tankel, as always, thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you in person.